Good evening. I'm the Reverend William Stanton, priest in charge at St. Albans Episcopal Church. And on this feast day for St. Albans, I wish to welcome you all to our continued journey through the Psalms. Today is our feast day for our patron saint of St. Alban, a Roman soldier who sheltered a priest in the 3rd century. The priest was running from persecution, and Alban, who was a pagan at the time, listened to this priest pray to God, and Alban developed a relationship with him and learned about the risen Christ and all the sacrifice that happened when Christ gave himself up to the cross for us. And when soldiers came to Alban's door to arrest this priest, Alban threw on his cloak and the priest's cloak and was arrested in the priest's stead. And when the emperor discovered that it was Alban and not the priest, and Alban refused to recount his Christianity, Alban was martyred in the priest's stead. And Alban is known as the first known Christian and the first martyr in the British Isles. And he is our patron saint, and today is his feast day. And so I want to wish you all a blessed feast of St. Alban. Today we're doing our Psalms for the 22nd day of June. And we're starting Book 5 of the Psalter. And we're going to be doing Psalms 107, Part 1 and 2, and Psalms 108, 109, 108 and 109. And that will catch us up, and tomorrow we'll be back on track. We'll let the plane fly overhead. What a beautiful day. I hope you all were able to get out and enjoy this gorgeous summer day. It was a high in the low 80s, just beautiful, and beautiful blue sky and clouds, a nice breeze. It was definitely a day that the Lord has made. Okay, Psalm 107, Part 1. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, and his mercy endures forever. Let all those whom the Lord has redeemed proclaim that he redeemed them from the hand of the foe. He gathered them out of the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the south. Some wandered in desert wastes. They found no way to a city where they might dwell. They were hungry and thirsty. Their spirits languished within them. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He put their feet on a straight path, to go to a city where they might dwell. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his mercy, and the wonders he does for his children. For he satisfies the thirsty, and fills the hungry with good things. Some sat in darkness and deep gloom, bound fast in misery and iron, because they rebelled against the words of God, and despised the counsel of the Most High. So he humbled their spirits with hard labor. They stumbled, and there was none to help. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He led them out of darkness and deep gloom, and broke their bonds asunder. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his mercy, and the wonders he does for his children. For he shatters the doors of bronze, and breaks in two the iron bars. Some were fools and took to rebellious ways. They were afflicted because of their sins. They abhorred all manner of food, and drew near to death's door. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He sent forth his word and healed them, and saved them from the grave. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his mercy, and the wonders he does for his children. Let them offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving, and tell of his acts with shouts of joy. Some went down to the sea in ships, and plied their trade in deep waters. They beheld the works of the Lord, and the wonders of his deep, his wonders in the deep. Then he spoke, and a stormy wind arose, which tossed high the waves of the sea. They mounted up to the heavens and fell back to the depths. Their hearts melted because of their peril. They reeled and staggered like drunkards. They were at their wits' end. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper, and quieted the waves of the sea. Then they were glad because of the calm, and he brought them to the harbor where they were bound for. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his mercy, and the wonders he does for his children. Let them exult in the congregation of the people, and praise him in the council of the elders. Psalm 107, Part 2. The Lord changed the rivers into deserts, and water springs into thirsty ground, a fruitful land into salt flats, because of the wickedness of those who dwelt there. He changed deserts into pools of water, and dry land into water springs. He settled the hungry there, and they founded a city to dwell in. They sowed fields and planted vineyards, and brought in a fruitful harvest. He blessed them so that they increased greatly. He did not let their herds decrease. Yet when they were diminished and brought low through stress of adversity and sorrow, he pours contempt on princes and makes them wander in trackless wastes. He lifted up the poor out of misery and multiplied their families like flocks of sheep. The upright will see this and rejoice, but all the wickedness will shut its mouth. Whoever is wise will ponder these things and consider well the mercies of the Lord. And now for our evening prayer psalms, Psalm 108 and 109. Psalm 108. My heart is firmly fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. I will sing and make melody. Wake up, my spirit. Awake, lute and harp. I myself will waken the dawn. I will confess you among the peoples, O Lord. I will sing praises to you among the nations. For your loving kindness is greater than the heavens, and your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Exalt yourself above the heavens, O God, and your glory over all the earth, so that those who are dear to you may be delivered. Save with your right hand and answer me. God spoke from his holy place and said, I will exult and parcel out Shechem. I will divide the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is my helmet, and Judah my scepter. Moab is my wash basin. On Edom I throw down my sandal to claim it, and over Philistia will I shout in triumph. Who will lead me into the strong city? Who will bring me into Edom? Have you not cast us off, O God? You no longer go out, O God, with our armies. Grant us your help against the enemy, for vain is the help of man. With God we will do valiant deeds, and he shall tread our enemies underfoot. Psalm 109. Hold not your tongue, O God, of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked, the mouth of the deceitful, is opened against me. They speak to me with a lying tongue. They encompass me with hateful words and fight against me without a cause. Despite my love, they accuse me, but as for me, I pray for them. They repay evil for good and hatred for my love. Set a wicked man against him, and let an accuser stand at his right hand. When he is judged, let him be found guilty, and let his appeal be in vain. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife become a widow. Let his children be waifs and beggars. Let them be driven from the ruins of their homes. Let the creditor seize everything he has. Let strangers plunder his gains. Let there be no one to show him kindness, and none to pity his fatherless children. Let his descendants be destroyed, and his name be blotted out into the next generation. Let the wickedness of his fathers be remembered before the Lord, and his mother's sin not be blotted out. Let their sin always be before the Lord. Let their sin be always before the Lord, but let them root out their names from the earth. Because he did not remember to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy, and sought to kill the brokenhearted. He loved cursing, let it come upon him. He took no delight in blessing, let it depart from him. He put on cursing like a garment, let it soak into his body like water, and into his bones like oil. Let it be to him like the cloak which he wraps about himself, and like the belt that he wears continually. Let this be the recompense from the Lord to my accusers, and to those who speak evil against me. But you, O Lord my God, O deal with me according to your name. For your tender mercy's sake, deliver me. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I have faded away like a shadow when it lengthens. I am shaken off like a locust. My knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh is wasted and gaunt. I have become like a reproach to them. They see and shake their heads. Help me, O Lord my God. Save me for your mercy's sake. Let them know that this is your hand, that you, O Lord, have done it. They may curse, but you will bless. Let those who rise up against me be put to shame, and your servant will rejoice. Let my accusers be clothed with disgrace and wrap themselves in their shame as in a cloak. I will give great thanks to the Lord with my mouth. In the midst of the multitude will I praise him. Because he stands at the right hand of the needy to save his life from those who would condemn him. That ends our Psalms for this evening on the 22nd day of June, this feast day of St. Alban. And so, beloved, I hope you can get out this evening and just enjoy God's creation. As it is stated in the Psalms, for his loving kindness is beyond the heavens, and his faithfulness reaches to the clouds. And looking at the clouds and the heavens, that is a wondrous and incredible thing. May God bless you. May God hold you close in his heart of love and compassion and grace. May he set his angels charge against you tonight and grant you to live in peace and have a perfect evening. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 as we continue with our Psalms. Have a blessed night. Amen.